Moe Abbassi back at it again, and in today's video, I am going to reveal to you Andrew Tate's three-phase plan. I've figured it out. I've unlocked the secrets. As a marketer, as someone who is always trying to understand why people are successful, the strategies, the mindsets, I like to study the most influential people, and there's no denying that Andrew Tate has built one of the biggest, if not the biggest, brand and name for himself in today's day and age. So let's start off with phase one. Phase one was the attention phase. Andrew Tate pretty much said anything and everything that he knew would gain attention. He knew that the topics that he brought up would already have a lot of controversy behind them. Because in today's day and age, with feminism, with the male empowerment movement, the female empowerment movement, he knew that if he brought these topics up and talked in a way that would create controversy, he would gain a lot of attention.
I think if a man is not sexually exclusive, it's not the same as if a woman is, because with a woman, you have the paternity issue. With a man, you don't have a paternity issue. If I have 3 girlfriends and they all get pregnant, we know who the mother and who the father is. If you have 1 woman and 3 men, you don't know who even the parents are if she got pregnant.
Some child is outside enjoying their life, playing with toys and smiling in the sunshine and having fun. I hate happiness. I hate happy children. Anyway, you're all losers. We've discussed this before. I'm the king of the world. Women's job always was procreation, to look after the family and to look after the man. That's all that they had to do. And the man would go out there and risk his life and spend his time building the modern world. Men are still out here building the modern world. But when they come home now, the girl's like, oh, why should I cook for you? I think women are failing in their role. And what kind of parent lets their 16-year-old vape anyway? If I had a 16-year-old son, he's like, I got a vape. Get the fuck out of here, vape. Do some push-ups. This is the reality. If you're some fat dude and you just had a heart attack and I don't really know you, you're gonna die. I mean, if you're a really good friend, no, not even if you're a friend. If you're my friend, you just can't be a pussy. I come home. My 4 wives are sitting there. They've seen on the news there's a new deadly contagion. Andrew, you need to wear a new deadly contagion. I pick up my sword. I am the commander of this house. I decide if there's a contagion. I decide what I do.
But at the same time, he sprinkled a lot of truth. So on one token, you hate the guy because he says so many things that are absolutely ridiculous with so much confidence. But on the other hand of the token, you love the guy because he also says things that are completely truthful. He creates this very polar character where you don't know where you stand with him. You don't know whether you love him. You don't know whether you hate him. A lot of people hate him and a lot of people love him, which brings polarity, which makes you talk about him. If you absolutely every single person hated him for everything he was saying, then he wouldn't really be a polarizing figure. He would be polarizing for a short amount of time, but that hate would weigh off after a little bit of time, and then people would find another person to hate. But if you absolutely loved him, then it doesn't really gain attention. It gains attention of your fans, but it doesn't gain worldwide attention. So the first phase is to gain attention by being a person you both hate and being a person you love.
Change your language. I get to go to work today. Imagine you had no job. Be worse, right? Because otherwise you wouldn't be working. So you get to go to work. Oh, I have to fix the car. At least you have a car. You get to fix your car. Most people don't got one. Oh, I have to go get the kids. You get to go get the kids because you have these beautiful children who love you. You understand? People's even their own language is wrong.
Before Instagram, before dating apps, imagine like you met a girl and she was perfect for you and you fell in love with her and like you broke up and you just never saw her again. You didn't know what she was up to. You didn't stalk her Instagram. You didn't meet her again you didn't message her. You just never saw her again. Isn't that crazy? Imagine how much you'd love a woman if you couldn't see like all these other bitches online and stuff. Imagine how true feelings used to be. Everything in the world, the modern world, is so diluted. It's all diluted down because there's unlimited option, right? It's interesting.
The kind of people who are really genuinely upset by what I say are the kind of people who
can't truly learn anything and become successful in life.
I really believe in spreading positivity as a whole. I do believe in that. I mean, I'm sure there's people who hate me. There's people who are going to listen to this podcast and go, this guy's full of shit. This guy, da. But I don't need to lie about anything I've ever done. Being in love as a man is absolutely or not really one of the best human experiences. It doesn't matter how many girls you've had or how long you've been around. Every once in a while, you'll meet one, you'll like her more than the rest. And being in love with her is a fun thing. You get to show her the world. You get to explore her innocence by giving her brand new experiences. Perhaps she's never been to this particular club or been in a car this fast or been to this country. A real G isn't stingy with women, and he's certainly not negative towards women. He's absolutely the opposite. You can take her places, you can teach her things, you can be her guider and protector, and you can benefit from her femininity in return. Being in love is absolutely not the beautiful thing.
Phase 2 was making himself the ally. You know, no matter what he said, I think for the most part, everybody can agree that a person should not be banned for their opinions. And so there was this ban that came along, which I don't even know is actually real, because I still see Andrew Tate all over my For You page on any social media platforms. He is absolutely everywhere. So if these platforms truly banned him, then they would ban anything that was Andrew Tate related. But he's still all over the place. He is still as popular as ever. Even though he's not as searched up, he is still there. He is still omnipresent. So this whole ban came into play, where now you're going, even though I may not agree with them, I don't think that this is fair. And because it's not fair, you start to take sides with him. He actually becomes the ally and not the enemy, because he was already in the middle of the fence for people. Either people hated him or loved him. And now he's pushing people to make him more likable by fighting, quote unquote, the matrix, by fighting the higher ups who want to silence us.
The matrix is strong. The system which is designed to keep you as a slave is strong. How could it exist any other way? Because there's very few of them and there's a lot of you. The system is extremely strong and it's designed to keep most of the people at the bottom slaving away, praying to have money they're never going to have so that those at the top can stay filthy, filthy rich. To attack a system like this, you need to wait for an opportunity. There has to be a chink in the armor. Something has to happen, which the Matrix has not prepared itself for. So there's an opportunity for the masses, for people at the bottom, for the shit munchers to break through and become ultra high net worth individuals, as I have.
And essentially, he is having women come out and explain their stance on him, that he's such a likable guy, that he's such an amazing guy, that he's actually nice, that he's actually very giving and caring, which in turn will turn more women from the hate perspective to, you know what, this guy might actually not be such a bad guy.
He's an incredibly intelligent man. I think what he's doing is very important. Right now, there's a huge war on masculinity. Men don't really have any kind of role model that they can look up to. Andrew has been very kind and very generous with me. Like I said, I know him personally. I also know him from a business standpoint. I've spent time with him one-on-one. I've never felt uncomfortable. He's never been inappropriate with me. A lot of people accuse him of misogyny. He's never been misogynistic towards me. And I think what he's doing is incredibly important. I'm personally very excited about what Andrew's doing. He's empowering men to be better. As a woman, I want a strong man. I want a man that's going to look after me. And only a strong man who knows how to take personal responsibility, somebody that's wise, somebody that's smart, only that kind of man is going to be able to do that.
The second part of the phase 2 plan was having other influencers actually talk about him. He has built all of these relationships with these people, but also these people want to talk about him because they know that if they talk about him on his YouTube channel, on their Instagram, on all of these social media platforms, they're actually going to gain a lot of attention through his name. So it's a win-win situation for these other influencers to come out and say, hey, I don't think this should have happened. So one, he built those relationships so that they had incentive to want to talk about him. But also the second incentive was that they were going to gain attention from the people who are starting to actually like him.
Andrew sent me a text message the other night asking me if I can spread a message to people so he can get the truth out there.
And of course, he's now gaining PR. He's gaining publicity through news networks. He went on the Piers Morgan show to talk about his stance on these things and make it very clear why he is actually a likable person and why he is your ally, which makes him more mainstream. Phase 3. Let's talk about this. What I think is going to happen next. This is my own guess. I think that Andrew Tate's plan is for him and his brother to actually become celebrities, not to just have influence over people just because you see them on your For You page and they're the most Googled people on earth and so on and so forth, but to actually have celebrity influence. Because let's look at other celebrities. Kim Kardashian, she's not the most Googled person on the planet, but she probably has way more influence just off the fact that the status is perceived as higher. So phase 3 is going to be celebrity and status. There's probably going to be documentaries, Netflix, maybe movies. I'm really excited to see what phase 3 is going to be about, whether it's going to be his brother coming into fame with content, or whether it's going to be him going around celebrities, hanging out with them, creating this celebrity effect. And you see this everywhere now. They did a face-off with Jake Paul, right? As if they were going to fight. And this may actually happen. They might actually end up fighting, which will be probably the biggest fight in history because everybody wants to see those two people fight, which is going to create that celebrity effect. And you'll also see him hanging out with celebrities now. He goes to UFC events. He goes to Dubai. He hangs out with all of these UFC fighters, all of these boxers, all of these quote unquote C-level or B-level celebrities so that he can start to be associated with them. And there's even a clip where he's talking to Sean O'Malley, inviting him to hang out, inviting him to go on trips and do all these cool things. And he's using the resources he has, the money he has to build himself around celebrities so that he can gain true influence.
You guys need to come to Eastern Europe with me. We need to do a tour. When you guys have got like a month off fighting, we'll start in Romania. We'll all take supercars. We'll start in Romania and we'll drive through all of it. We'll do all the way up to Poland, like 3 or 4 hours drive, stay in the city for a couple of days, 3 or 4 hours drive, and we'll do all of it.
Just slay puss?
Basically, yeah. I mean, also, you know, we can go to church and be good men of God, you know, of course.
Ask for forgiveness.
Ask for forgiveness in between.
And this is absolutely genius. Whether you hate or love the guy, this is going to make it so that you create influence around your ideas and you can start to actually change the world. So these are the 3 things that I think is the 3-phase plan of Andrew Tate. Maybe if he's watching this video, he can comment down below if he agrees with it or not. Hopefully this was helpful. If you want to learn more about entrepreneurship, learn more about mindset, learn more about strategies and tactics of building a business, make sure to click that subscribe button down below and comment down your thoughts on this. Maybe I'm completely wrong, and we will talk soon. Take care.